Alright, so let's try this again because I just went live for 45 minutes a second ago and the video was awful. So that's what you get for trusting a third-party app. But I think this time it should work a lot better. I'm just straight in the YouTube app. I was showing you guys me doing a water change, adding the new wave pump, uh, dipping my new corals, but unfortunately that had to be deleted because it sounded like I had a robot voice and it was skipping all this other things. So let's try this again. Like I said, this is the budget saltwater aquarium, which you guys have not really seen yet, because that video series is not out yet. But I figured I'd give you guys a sneak peek, and you guys can kind of get an idea of what you can do on a budget with a saltwater aquarium. So believe it or not, no, obviously not all the corals were part of that, but I did all of this. So the tank, lights, stand, 10-gallon sump I built underneath, everything, wave pumps, under $300, which sounds like a lot, but for a saltwater aquarium is not a lot, especially with the sump and a light for a 30-gallon sump. But today, since I kind of messed up on everything else, unfortunately, I'm just going to show you guys me adding these new corals. Now, I was just dipping them, and basically what that is just a disinfectant, and it kills all the parasites and things that might have come in from the ocean on your corals if they were wild caught or wild taken, which is done sustainably, and or if they were aquaculture, meaning made, grown, and then cut, which one of them was for sure. It's just there might be hitchhikers in the tanks. There could be eggs, worms, all kinds of stuff that I just don't want in my setup. And so they've been dipping for about 30 minutes, and now we're gonna take them out and try and either find a place for them in the setup, or we are gonna move some frags off of the frag rack onto the setup and then put those frag. I know the torch coral, which I'm most excited about, is not going to fit on that rack. It is a large, probably the largest coral I've bought, and so it's going to have to find a spot. So that's the interesting thing. So first, take off anything you don't want in the saltwater aquarium, meaning my watch. And then I also need to cut this band off. And then it's always a good idea to rinse your hands off in water, just so if you have any, oh, hang on, sorry, my gimbal decided it wanted to freak out. If you have any contaminants on your hands, you can get them kind of rinsed off. You don't want to introduce anything in your tank. It's not crucial to do that, but it's always a good thing to do. And now if I can find a knife to cut this thing off my hand, we'd be good. So, like I said, this is the saltwater aquarium that I'm going to be showing you guys. So next week's video is going to be a reptile room tour. The reptile room has changed drastically from a year ago when I did the last reptile room tour. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. But the following week, I'm going to do part 1, showing you guys the beginning of this setup, the filtration underneath. And it's going to be a 3-part series on the budget part. And then we're going to go and we're going to upgrade this thing to make it even more of a phenomenal setup. I'm going to show you guys how I still do that on budget, but spending a little bit more money. But like I said, I never thought I'd get a saltwater tank. I always loved them. But I always thought, first, they were really expensive, which they can be. But also, they're super difficult. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This setup has been easier than my freshwater setup. Honestly, I've had less trouble with this, knock on wood, than I did on my freshwater tanks. And so I work on this thing probably every day. You can ask my wife. She gets probably a little jealous because I'm always over on this side of the living room doing this tank, and I can't wait to get it even upgraded. I'm gonna build a new stand, drill the aquarium. It's gonna look great. And once we get all these corals in, so I'm gonna stop babbling and we're gonna start adding these corals. Let me take my wedding ring off so no, it doesn't get messed up either. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull, with hopefully not getting attacked by fish, I'm gonna pull one of these frags off. So this frag unfortunately is not doing too great. So right now I'm just gonna set it right there. Oh no, and that might happen. So, and your fish could nip at you and it'll hurt a little bit, but it's not gonna hurt. So I'm just gonna stick this thing if it'll stay somewhere. I just fed them. They shouldn't be hungry. Alright. We'll just leave that right there for now. Let me see if I can zoom you guys in a little bit. Get you guys a little bit closer. Give me just 1 second. Doesn't want to focus, unfortunately, but that's okay. I think you guys can still see what's going on. So I'm working over here right now in the frag rack, but let me show you guys. Let's see if this thing opens up. Let's see. That's the torch. Let me do that. We're gonna do. This is an A-can frag. I assume it's an Aussie Lord A-can. I forgot to ask, honestly, and it looks very dingy right now, but it won't in just a second. So I'm just gonna put this on the rack. He's very closed up right now, but hopefully before the end of the video it will open back up and I can show you guys what they look like. It's a really good orange and blue and almost purplish A-can, and it's absolutely gorgeous. That one for 3 heads, pretty large. It's good size. It was $20, so a good price. I just kind of want to show you guys what I pay for these, to show you don't have to spend a lot of. Now you can spend a ton of money on coral, and there were corals there for over $100, $200, but you don't have to. I spent for these 2, I spent $60, which is probably the highest, one of the highest I've spent for just 2 corals. This is the closed up torch coral, which shouldn't take too long to open up. The problem with this one is it's on a square base, and I want to try and secure it to where it's not going to get knocked off. I don't know if I want it there. I think that'll actually work out really good right there. Hopefully the flow is right. Yeah. So with placement of coral, it's all about 2, maybe 3 things. Sorry, you guys. It's all about 2 or 3 things. First is research. You need to know the. I'm gonna turn this down. You need to know what is needed for these coral, because there are some corals that are high flow, low light, or high light, high flow. So that is very important to know. The second thing is, there's trial and error. I could move this coral today. Putting that gonopora in took forever. Moving the hammer took forever, because you want to find the right amount of flow without too much or too little light, and a place that it'll, because I'm not gluing them in. You don't want to glue them in until you know they're going to do good there, because you don't want to glue the coral in, get it stuck there, and then, oh hey, it's not doing good there, now it can't be moved, or it's very difficult to move. So finding a spot where the rockwork will hold it itself is very difficult. Now some corals, like A-cans, can go on the bottom. My Zoa down here in the corner can go on the bottom, and it is perfectly happy down there. But my rockwork it's pretty common, but it's also kind of tricky to put stuff on it. Quit. Stupid thing, go. Wants to attack me. They associate my hands with feeding, but I'm getting fed today, but once they realize there's nothing to eat, they'll go away. But I absolutely love clownfish. For one of the cheapest fish in the hobby, it is, well, damn surprising cheapest, but they are such a colorful, personable fish. I've got a pair. Interesting thing about clownfish is they are both male before they're put together, and then the dominant one will actually turn into a female. So if you have a pair of clowns, you usually will always end up with a breeding pair. Go away. Wait. I'm just gonna stick this thing right. I don't know. I don't have too much hope for this coral, so I'm just gonna kind of stick it somewhere and see if the changes in conditions kind of help it along, maybe. But that is a fabia, and it's actually one of my first corals, and I just think I didn't have the conditions right when I added it. It'd be nice to come back because it's a really bright green coral, and I know it's really hard to see because it doesn't want a white balance, but I'll kind of try and give you guys a close-up. And as you can probably hear, one of the reasons I'm going to redo this aquarium is because while the DIY overflow, the PVC overflow, works, it does its job most of the time. It is the most finicky thing you could ever use. Sometimes you could nudge it and it be completely silent, and then nudge it again accidentally, and it's the loudest thing in the world. You can hear it now. It was silent before I did my water change, and now I've got to mess with it to get it back. So, being this tank only cost me $20, which I'll show you guys how to get one of these for $20, I was stupid not to try and drill it. Yeah, sure, I might crack it, but first of all, you want to learn how to drill eventually. And then also, even if I do crack it, it's $20. I mean, it shouldn't. You normally won't crack. Oh, see, that's the thing. The coral fell over. Wait. Clownfish are so interested in everything that's going on. Hopefully, that'll stay. Quit pecking at me. They're bold today. They never really go after me. But like again, so that coral might not sit there. Again, it's a square plate without a plug, so kind of hard to find a spot. But I'll find one. You guys will see if I end up moving it. I'm hoping the clowns might host in it, but who knows? For some reason. All right, so I think this is about where I'm gonna end it. But I'm telling you guys, so school's done. It's a new year. I'm gonna be posting a video every week. I'm either gonna be posting on Sundays or Wednesdays. I haven't decided. All right. Well, the internet is being finicky, so I think that's the sign that it's time to get off. But I will see you guys next week for hopefully a live stream and a new video. Like I said, reptile room tour is next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little hard to see stuff, but make sure you guys hit that bell icon, hit that subscribe, so you guys know when I go live. I'm going to live streaming all kinds of stuff from saltwater tank to reptiles. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.